Squats are a brilliant compound movement for your lower body. This means that it works multiple muscle groups at the same time. With a bit of practice, they are simple to perform, but I will also go through two common mistakes that I see quite often. To begin with, start with both feet flat on the ground. You can choose either a wide stance or a narrow stance. They will hit different muscle groups in slightly different ways, but for now, just focus on what is most comfortable for you. Try various distances and listen to the feedback that your body gives you. Whichever stance you prefer, you should always ensure that your knees are facing forwards. It is better for them to be facing slightly outwards as opposed to inwards, because if they point inwards too much, then your back will have to assist you in the movement. This will become dangerous for your body if you decide to perform these with weights. The most effective squat is one that uses the full range of motion. That means that you sit all the way down. Try to think of it as sitting on your own heels. Remember, make sure that your feet stay flat on the ground. If your heels start to rise, then you'll need to adjust your starting position. If you can only go to 90 degrees from the floor, use something sturdy to assist you. This could be grabbing onto a door frame or something else solid. Gradually lower yourself to the ground and work your way back up again. Do this until you can complete a full squat unassisted. You might also find that your back hunches at first when you attempt these. Roll your shoulders back, stick your chest out, and brace your core by tensing your abs. This will allow your upper body to stay firm throughout the movement. In the same way as a press-up, keep your head in a neutral position. Don't look too far upwards or directly downwards. It helps to focus on an object on the floor which is a few meters away from you. To help brace your core even further, take a deep breath at the top of the squat. Use your mouth to fully inhale, tense your abs, and then hold your breath on the way down. On the way back up, you can release the breath also through your mouth. Breathe as much as is natural to you. You don't want to go lightheaded by over-breathing, so listen to your body. Doing a squat correctly will improve strength in your quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings, making it a very effective lower body exercise. The most common mistakes I see are the following two. Number 1. Going too quickly. Too many people are racing to get their squats done, and this usually means they are not hitting the right depth, or are going to walk into an injury in the near future. If you make 1 or 2 small mistakes per set, and you do this for multiple sets over multiple days, then it won't end very well in the long run. Slow down your reps, make them controlled, and work your way up. Mistake number 2. Slamming down into the squat. It is quite often for beginners to slam down into the bottom section of the squat so that they can use the momentum to boost them back up. This will lead to unnecessary pain in your lower back and won't make you particularly strong either. The constant tension of a slower squat will give you stronger hamstrings and balanced muscle growth. If you'd like to take this further, then the obvious answer would be to add weight to the squat. But given that this is a home workout, here are 2 alternatives instead. Number 1. The 1 1/4 squat. These are performed just like the usual squat, except on the way up from the bottom position, you're going to bounce ever so slightly upwards, return to the bottom, and then push back to the resting position. This will put much more emphasis on your quadriceps. Number 2. Pistol squats. You will need to have good balance to do this effectively, but you'll be completing a deep squat on one leg at a time. Do these carefully, and you may need to arch forwards a little more in order to keep your balance. Just remember to keep one foot flat on the floor at all times. So, here is your checklist once more for the regular squat. Number 1. Keep both feet flat on the ground. Number 2. Choose a stance which is comfortable for you. Number 3. Take a deep breath in through your mouth, roll your shoulders back to stick your chest out, and tense your core. Number 4. Descend slowly until you reach the bottom of the movement, keeping a straight back throughout. And number 5. Exhale and push upwards with your feet still flat on the ground. I will be doing routines that feature lots of press-ups and squats, so make sure you know how to perform each of them. If you haven't seen the guide on how to perform the perfect press-up, then I'll link that in the description below. If anyone has any comments or needs any help with this exercise, please leave a comment and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible.